What about in 20 years?
20 years. I'll be 40.
Oh, let's not talk about it because I'll be like over 60 years old. Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to the Good Vibes Podcast. Today we have a special guest, somebody that we've been wanting to bring for quite some time now, and she's finally here. We have our oldest daughter, Elizabeth Luna. Welcome to the show.
Hi, guys.
So,
I finally made it.
Ellie, we've been trying to get you for how long? For at least
Since like the
a
first
couple of months.
episodes.
Yeah. No, our goal was to get you on episode number, I think it was 18th.
Yeah.
But it didn't happen, but we have you here now.
Yes.
All right, so just to kind of give you a little bit background about Ellie. Ellie, you want to tell the audience who you are? Obviously, you're our
Okay.
daughter, but, maybe what you do, and then we can start some questions to kind of get to know you a little bit better.
Okay. So a little bit about me. I'm 21 years old. I am currently in school, but I do have my real estate license. I go to school for nursing, so a whole completely different field. I've always liked the medical field. I've always focused on that since I was younger. And then I just got the curiosity to get my license. So I got it, did it for a bit. And I like both. So I was like, let me just give both a try and see how that goes.
Okay, perfect. And I think, the one reasons that we want you to be here with us today is because we want to give, those parents that have, their kids that are in the early 20s, or they're about 18 and trying to figure out what to do, of how your mind works to to stay consistent with everything that you're doing on a daily basis, right?
Yeah.
So one of the questions that we want to ask you: what's something you think people get completely wrong about growing up in today's world?
I think what some people get caught up with is that as they get older, like maybe they can lose happiness because they don't enjoy what they do. But like you can always find your passion. And if you find that passion, obviously you just enjoy what you do. You can grow from it. You can obviously experience life more. You can travel. You can just experience the world overall. I just feel like some people don't take the correct route. They take the wrong route, and then their life just goes downhill instead of going up.
Okay. So just basically enjoying the journey, right?
Yeah, you have to
But
enjoy the journey.
Enjoying the journey, but doing the right thing.
Yeah,
right?
doing the right thing,
Done.
something you like, and you can focus on.
Okay. So you've been watching your mom and myself for many,
Yeah.
many, obviously, all your
Forever.
life. What's the biggest lessons that you have learned from us? Because obviously sometimes, we do a lot of things, but not notice if we're doing the right thing or not.
Yeah.
But hearing it from you and Yuli, it's a big way or big perspective of how we can improve, or maybe we're doing the right thing. So let's hear it from you.
I feel like since I was a little kid, you guys always done the right thing. You guys set a good example. You guys work very hard. So I feel like that's why I work very hard, because you guys set that standard already. What else? You guys raised us right. If we did something wrong, obviously you made sure that we know like not to do that. And obviously that helps a lot for other parents out there. Like you need to teach your kids to do the right thing. So when they get older, they just are doing the right things, and yeah.
And moving forward.
And moving forward.
What do you like the most? What's your current favorite hobby? I mean, I know. So let's dive in a little bit more deeper. So Elizabeth, right now, you're going to college, right?
Yeah.
And what are you studying for?
I'm studying for nursing.
Nursing, okay. And what's your daily routine right now?
Oh, it's a little stressful. My daily routine consists of obviously going to class certain days of the week, and they're pretty long days. And then after I get out of class, like there's still a lot to do. I have a lot of homework to do. I stay up pretty late, which kind of sucks, but I know it's going to be all worth it in the end. I literally stay up doing homework for quite a few hours. I stay up till like midnight. Just because I'm a person who doesn't like to procrastinate, and I like to make sure I get the things that I need to get done every single day. The days I don't have school, I come into the office just to help my parents out with things that they do to run the team. I do that. I also have my real estate license, so I try to keep content out there just so people know I'm a realtor and I have my name out there in case anyone wants to buy and sell. Like, I am willing to help them as well, even though I'm in school. So
So
that's how
somebody,
normally my
if
week
somebody wants
goes.
to buy a house or wants to sell a house, what's the best way to communicate with you?
The best way to communicate with me is call me or send me a message, a DM. I will surely answer and get to them to hopefully work with them.
Now, so between school and then practicing your real estate and also working for with us,
Yeah.
handling the accounting portion of it. Do you even have any time for a hobby, or you
I,
just basically no hobbies, no distractions, you just wants to finish what you're doing?
there's not many hobbies. I guess the only hobby is going to the gym, but at this point, it's just part of my day. Any extra hobbies, there's not much anymore. I used to like to draw and paint when I had the time, and now I can no longer just because I'm so busy. But I actually enjoy it because I know that I'm getting things done, and in a couple of years, like, I'll be okay. Like, I can
You're
have
gonna
more
have more
time
time.
for hobbies. So it's just temporary.
And that brings me to the next question. Like, if you were to give yourself a piece of advice to your future self in about 10 years from today, what would that be?
Some advice I would give to myself is that you just got to keep pushing and growing because obviously, like, the time goes by no matter what, so might as well do something that's worth it, which for me is continually learning and growing because I just think that's the best thing to do right now.
To learn and grow
Yeah.
and just be not preoccupied, but just using those skills for your
Yeah.
future, right? For yourself that you're gonna be in 10 years. What about in 20 years?
20 years, I'll be 40.
Oh, let's not talk about it because I'll be like over 60 years old.
Oh my
But what
God,
do you
it's a
think?
long time.
What do you think about to this generation? Now the social media is out there, even though I think you kind of grew in the social media
Yeah, kind of.
world. But how do you stay away from being so distracted on social media to be able to achieve what you're doing, getting your license, and still being able to come to the office, and not necessarily concentrating too much on scrolling, right? Because that
Yeah.
that can really take a whole lot of time out of your days.
So for me, I generally hate scrolling. I try not to do it. I'll do it like when I actually have absolutely nothing to do, or say if I'm doing homework just to have a mini break. But I generally don't like to scroll. And also, like, in our generation, I feel like a lot of people are on their cell phones. Say like if we're out at dinner, like I see a lot of people on
On
their
the phone.
phones. And I personally hate that because I feel like people.
I do that every once in a
Okay, yeah,
while.
he does do it.
But I try to put it away and
Yeah, I'm someone who, like, if I'm gonna go hang out with you, like, we're gonna hang out. Like, no phones, unless obviously if someone texts you or something, but just no scrolling because I feel like people should be enjoying each other's company instead of just being on their phone and not connecting with each other.
yeah, I completely agree. I think um, removing the habit from scrolling, it's not that it's a bad thing, but
Yeah,
it's a bad thing when you're doing it on a
like too
consistent
much.
basis. Yeah, and all day throughout the
Yeah.
day. Now, um, what do you think about parents and their children? With their like giving the children some like, hey, be quiet. Here's a
Yeah.
phone or here's a tablet. Like, I mean, to me, it's like you're kind of like setting up your kid for
Yeah.
failure in the near future
Yeah,
because
an
they're gonna
iPad
be
kid.
really stuck on
Social
well, not
media,
social media, but just once
being on the
again
screen
distracted.
overall. Yeah.
Yeah.
My thoughts on that. I also disagree with that. Like, I don't like that parents do that because yeah, kids can be hectic, and yeah, giving a tablet is easy. And again, that's the easy way. Back in the day before electronics were like very like common, parents were able to raise their kid, make them calm down without giving them an electronic. So I feel
Yeah.
like it's still possible to calm your kid down. You just have to have patience. So I feel like for me, like whenever the time comes and like I'm a parent, which is a long time, I want to be the parent that obviously is patient with my kid and just doesn't give them a distraction just so they can like stop being like all crazy.
Yeah, no, it's just being more present.
Yeah, being more present.
And that gets me to the next question. We have a lot of questions for you, so
Okay.
just bear with us. And I think our audience that are on the early 20s, and or maybe barely getting out of high school and going to possibly college.
hmm
So when you were in high school, and did you already like you knew already what you wanted to do, or not really?
When I was in high school, I thought I knew what I wanted to do. Like I was always set on it, which my plan was to become an anesthesiologist. I was always set on that. Like every year, they would actually ask us, like, "Oh, what's your plan for when you get out of high school?" And I've always been like anesthesiologist. But then once I got out of high school, I was still on the plan. I started college at Grand Canyon University, GCU. And when I was there, obviously I was going for pre-med to obviously work my way up to getting to my end goal. During that time at GCU, I was kind of like in a funk. I feel like high school kind of burnt me out a little bit because I did take difficult classes at the
Mm-hmm.
time. So when I was at GCU, I feel like I wasn't giving my full potential. And I just was like, I don't know if I want to do this. I just felt behind. And that feeling behind kind of unmotivated me. So then I was like, oh, what if I get my real estate license just to give it a try? Just
Mm-hmm.
because I had the curiosity. So I was like, I'm young. Why not try it?
Mm-hmm.
Because there's nothing wrong with trying new things. So during the time while I was at GCU, I was doing real estate classes during my college classes,
Mm-hmm.
that's why I was doing horrible at GCU because I would put my AirPods in and do real estate classes during
During your other
actual class.
classes.
Yeah. So
Well,
then,
that explains everything.
yeah, yeah, I literally had a D in chemistry, and I've never, ever like failed a class. Um, so at that point, I was like, okay, I need to focus on one thing because I'm not doing good at GCU, and neither am I passing my real estate classes because I feel like I was just throwing too much at myself.
Mm-hmm.
So I left GCU. I just dropped out for a little bit. So I was like, let me get my real estate license, which I was able to do it after 11 tries.
It took you a
It took
while,
me a
right?
while. But I took it every single day. Like I went from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday,
Yeah.
Thursday until I passed it. I passed it. I was excited. I remember it was right before my birthday.
Mhm.
So I was really excited. I was turning 19. So I did that for a while. I did real estate. I focused on it. It went well. It went well. But I also was like, I still miss going back to school and going for something that had that interested me more, which was the medical
The medical
field.
field.
So after time passed, I was like, okay, I got the idea to go for nursing because nursing, I feel like I like it because I can start as a RN and work my way up if I want to, which I like that, which is less pressure than when you're going to med school because you have to get your bachelor and then get accepted to med school and hopefully do well there. So I feel like it was just a lot of pressure for me. So I felt like moving to nursing like eased that pressure a little bit, even though it's really hard.
Yeah.
At least it's like, okay, I get my license here, and if I want to go further, I can. So yeah.
So, from, graduating from high school to going to GCU and then getting your real estate license and then back again to school, um, what's the one thing that shaped you to be who you are right now?
I feel like after time passed, like you just get more like focused. Like when I graduated high school, I was 18. So I was kind of like, I feel like I just wanted a break from school. Like I loved hanging out with like friends And I feel like that just kind of distracted you just because at 18, I feel like you're just not, what's the word?
You're not sure what you want to
Yeah,
do.
you're not sure what you want to do, which that's at the point I was in. So it took me a couple of years to kind of figure it out. But the good thing is that during that time, I didn't just waste it and like took a full on break. Like I was just experimenting with other things
Okay.
in the time being. And I finally figured it out. And now I'm here back in school.
How
And
long it's been?
since what?
You went back to college and your classes.
It's currently like a year and a half.
Year and a half.
I've
How
been,
much longer do you have?
I have 2 years.
2 more years, so you can
Yeah.
get your RN.
Yeah, so I can get my bachelor
Okay,
registered nurse.
gotcha. Now what's the one thing that you recently faced that made you grow up as a person?
Well, I can have fun now. Well, I still have fun. Like I still make time here and there. But what I think about is okay, I can work hard now, so later on I can have more fun. So if I work hard now, I can grow as much as I want, to where obviously I'm satisfied in life. And then, like, obviously, I can travel more. I can do the things I like instead of, you know, having fun all the time at this age. And then later on, I end up struggling because I wasted so much time.
Right? I mean, it's one of those things where like right now you have the energy, you have the everything that is required for to go to school
Yeah,
if you
exactly.
want to achieve something, or maybe like we have a lot of team members that their goal is just be a full-time agent and they do very well. And if they follow that path, I'm sure they're gonna be very well set in the next 5 to 10 years,
Yeah.
right? So I think just staying away from bad habits if you can, as much as you can.
Yeah.
And being able to be more intentional about the things that you want to achieve and be more clear. I think
Yeah.
that's what makes the biggest difference to be able to get there. And like you say, I don't like procrastinating, right?
Yeah, I hate
So if you're
procrastinating.
procrastinating, that means that you're gonna do what you can do now later. And the bad thing about procrastinating is that you might get comfortable to
Yeah.
a point where you end up not achieving anything that you wanted, and then yeah, you can always go back, but then you left so many years just go
Yeah.
by,
Exactly.
right? So, if you could master any skills instantly, what would that be?
If I could master any skills instantly,
Yes.
let me think. I think, oh, that's a hard question.
Like
And
maybe fly. Like I mean, that would be a cool one, right?
oh,
Like I
one
would
thing,
love to like just
one thing I want to learn how to fly like those small planes. That's like a goal.
the small planes,
So random, but yeah, just like if I could learn something
like
new
a skill, like a
and
skill,
a skill is to fly just a little plane, just to
Just,
know how.
right? That would be a pretty cool skill.
Yeah, very random, but yeah.
Now, what's the one thing that we don't talk as a family enough? Like, what do you think? What would you wanna like have more conversation? I know you talk to your mom all the time, right? like
Yeah.
I was talking, so I don't know. But
like
what's
my
the one thing?
BFF.
Yeah, what's the one conversation that you would like to have more consistently, or maybe?
Maybe one thing is just, but I know we're very busy, but like having dinner together as a family, I feel like that would be nice. But obviously you're pretty busy.
Well, by the
Julie's
time,
busy.
let's just clear the air, okay?
Yeah,
Just,
like if there was no busyness.
I I get home on a daily basis between 6:30 and 7. Now, Corinne and I just started waking up at 3:20 in the morning to get to our class at 4 a.m. So if I get home passing 7, more than likely Corinne is already
Yeah,
like, all right, I'm
she's in
done. I'm out of
bed.
the kitchen. I'm ready to go to bed, right? And I think that's the one thing that, it's kind of hard to have, family dinner just because, our
Our
schedules.
schedules are all over the
Yes,
place. Yeah.
and sometimes I get home, and then you're studying, and then
Yeah.
and then
It's
Karina's
just like
getting
a
ready to
very
go to
busy
bed.
schedule.
But overall, I mean, at least we make time to hang out on the
Yeah,
weekends. You know,
exactly. So that makes up for it.
right? All right, so let's go ahead and finish our episode with the last question. Oh, so before we get to that question, One of the things that I remember is, when we started bringing you to CrossFit,
Oh yeah.
right?
I remember too, because I remember being like, oh, I'm never gonna work out because I was like, oh, I'd rather sleep in.
Hmm.
This was when I was like a sophomore in high school, so 16.
Yeah, just
And
about.
then you guys were like, no, let's go. And then one day I tried it, and that's how I got into working out,
Right now,
which I'm
you.
thankful because I really love the gym and I feel like it's a good way to start my day.
So that was gonna be our next question. Like, if you were to have a perfect day, what would that look like?
A perfect day. A
Per-
perfect day to me is I still go to the gym. I feel like it's good to get some work done in the morning, like either if it's real estate work or school work. Like I feel like just having that productivity, is that how you say
Mhm.
it? Some type of productivity during the day is nice, just so like you feel like you accomplished something. And then obviously I love eating, so I would like a perfect day to me is trying a new place and just hanging out and spending time with my loved ones.
That sounds like an amazing day.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna wrap this up with the last question. If you could leave a message that people will hear 100 years from now, what would you say?
I think one thing I would say probably has to do with like anything is possible. Like I feel like if other people can do it, like you can do it as well. Don't hold yourself back. Just stay consistent and just work hard so you can have a really nice life and enjoy it while it lasts.
And I think that's one of the things that I always talk about is like life doesn't have to be hard.
Yeah.
You just have to get things done.
Yeah, if you get things done, life can be nice.
Yeah, I mean, things get difficult because we procrastinate from going to school. We
Hmm.
procrastinate from taking the trash out.
Yeah.
We procrastinate from the most little things that if
Hmm.
over the years we carry this heavy weight of procrastination, things that we just didn't never got to,
Yeah.
right? And then that's when you start getting,
Overwhelmed.
overwhelmed, depressed,
Hmm.
anxiety starts kicking in, and like the things that you're doing. I think it's great. You're a great example to a lot of people, right? And
Hmm.
more younger, the younger generation that they still. I feel like a lot of kids, not that they're getting the best example for the parents, but maybe you know just seeing somebody else like you that is doing the right things might be a good example to follow if for some reason they don't have that in their house.
Yeah.
So with that being said, Ali, thank you for being part of our episode of the Good Vibes podcast.
I know. Thank you for having me.
And everyone that enjoyed this podcast, or if you have any questions, please send them to us. We'll be happy to address them. And if you like it, please hit the like button, share it with your friends and family members, subscribe. That'll be awesome.
Hey guys, thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe and share with your family and friends.
Thank
Thank you
you.
guys.
See you guys later.
Bye.
Bye bye.